ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Operation Metro Surge is underway. Ilhan, Omar, Tim Walz, and they didn't get the news they wanted. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. Democrats want you to think that this operation in Minnesota is about racism against Somalian people. It's not what it's about. It's about catching the bad guys. But for some reason, Ilhan Omar doesn't want you to catch the bad guys. And, well, if you look at the trail of fraudulent money, you might find out why Ilhan Omar doesn't want you to catch the bad guys. You might find out why Tim Walz doesn't want you to catch the bad guys. But this weekend, there was some massive arrests using Operation Metro Surge in the Minnesota area. A lot of them were Somalis. Some of them were U.S. citizens. All of them were hardened criminals who committed horrible, atrocious acts that I'm not even allowed to talk about here. They've all been arrested. And while Omar and Walz are still complaining about racism, the people of Minnesota are just a little bit safer today. And what they should be doing, Walz and Omar, is commending this administration and offering to help to bring these criminals to justice. Not be like Mayor Jacob Fry and go eat some Somalian food in some show of solidarity and look like you're about to pass out. That's not a good look, Jacob. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
New York City newsroom with the breaking information on this. Chandler, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Trey. So tonight, DHS announcing continued arrest as part of Operation Metro Surge, targeting what ICE calls some of the worst criminal illegal aliens in the Minneapolis area.
ICE has already made dozens and dozens of arrests, including a convicted murderer, convicted gang members who have just been released back onto Minneapolis' streets to terrorize their people.
The Trump administration is also cracking down on massive fraud schemes in Minnesota, calling it a, quote, hub of money laundering activity. Congress and multiple federal agencies are now probing what federal prosecutors are calling the largest pandemic fraud scheme in the country. So far, more than 50 people have been convicted, with nearly 80 others charged, and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is under fire.
We've acknowledged that this is serious, needs to stop. It is stopping. People are continuing to go to prison. I think the good news for Minnesotans to know, when that 90-day pause is over and the third-party audits are done, we will have a better picture than we've ever had, which I think is really good.
Prosecutors say the amount of fraud involved in these schemes is already over $1 billion in the state. But whistleblowers there say after all of the investigations, that total could rise to more than $8 billion.
Either the Walz administration is incredibly incompetent or they're complicit. At this point, I don't see how you see it any other way.
And Governor Walz insists his administration never ignored reports of possible fraud and is taking steps to keep it from happening again, Trace. And as we just heard at the top of the hour, Attorney General Pam Bondi says many more arrests are coming soon.
Yep.
Back to you.
Chanley Painter live for us in New York. Chanley, thank you. Let's bring in former California GOP chairwoman Jessica Milan Patterson.